Well, I got a billet of red spruce, Adirondack spruce, to make the bracings for the top out of, and I just kind of roughed them out, took it over to my bandsaw and cut out pieces. These are going to be the X braces, and that'll be the next thing that I'm working on. I've got the tone bars, like the finger braces here. These are going to be the sound hole braces, and then the braces up front, the transverse braces. So like I say, I'm going to start working on the X braces here, so we'll have to thickness these to 5/16, and I'll do that on the thickness sander. But before I do that, I'm going to take down the top and get it just about to the final thickness here. So I'll do that on the thickness sander first, and then do the X braces and get it ready to start gluing them up. I got the top down to 2.8 millimeter, and I was shooting between 2.7 and 2.9. So I'm going to stop there, but it rings pretty nicely. And then the X braces are now 5/16, which is the width that I need. So now we've got to get them to about the right height. They're a little tall right now. What I'm going to do is put that 28-foot radius on the bottom, and then I'll plane the top and get them down close to about the maximum height that's on the plans. Alright, just looking at the bottom of these, it looks like I've got it all, but I'll make some pencil marks here just to make sure we're taking it off all the way across, and I'm going to concentrate on making sure that I've got it at 90 degrees, that it's directly upright. Took off all the pencil marks, so I'll do the same to this guy. Okay, I got the X braces just about to the proper height here, so it's time we got to start marking these to cut out the joint. So I'm just putting an approximate spot here where the joint's going to go. And then we've got to put the proper angle on here and cut that joint out. All right, I've got these braces marked, and then I had got one up and one down because we're going to put a lap joint on here, so we got to go down about halfway. But I took this thing to measure angles, and I put the proper angle on here. So let's see, we'll put one line on and then measure the brace to make sure that we got the right thickness here. That's the angle right there. Now let me see how thick these braces should both be identical. Alright, I just measured these and they're pretty close. One's 745, the other one's like 740 thick. So I took an average 742 thousandths. So we want half of that because that's how far we're going to saw. And half of that is 371. So I got to set these calibers for 371 thousandths and make a line on here, and that will be the bottom of the lap joint. Alright, I got the caliper set for 371 thousandths, so I'll make a mark on this one. So that I can see it here, I can see the line here. And we'll make a mark on this one. So I know that's how deep I've got to go. So what we'll do is we'll match these back up here and cut our angle. We'll get this razor saw here. Let me find some small clamps. I'm going to clamp these together to hold them for me. Okay, what I did with my square, I referenced the flat part of the brace and I made marks down to where the depth should be, both on the one that's going to be facing up and the one that was designed to be facing down. On the down one I had to make sure that I put my square over here instead of taking it off the radius. So let's see. So now we put those together and we've got real good marks for where we need to cut. I've got both sides. You can see how far I have to go down on this side, and then on this side I can see how far and the angle too. Alright, I'm just about ready to go here. I really would like this joint to be nice and tight when these two pieces go together. I'm going to use this little razor saw and I'm going to cut just inside the line. Make sure I get the right angle here. And make sure I'm holding it vertically. And we're on the line here. It's pretty good. It looks like we're following the line on both sides. And I'm just about down the line on both sides. So that's tricky. Pretty good. I'm going to use a chisel and knock those out when I get down on the other side here. So we'll do the other side. Just about down on this side too. So let me use my chisel and knock out those pieces here. What's that one? Probably need to file it down some, but let's see how we did. Let's see. Okay, it's a little on the small side, so I'm gonna file a little bit. I didn't want to overdo it because I do want a tight joint. So I'm just going to take my file, just gently file here until they start fitting together. Alright, I've been lightly filing these, and I've got them to come together. Now we just got to make sure it goes down enough. It's got to be completely flush, because this is what's going to sit against the bottom of the guitar here, or the top of the guitar here. Right now it's just slightly high, so I got to go a little deeper on these. Okay, that's good. That's flush now. Very good. Yeah, it feels pretty flush. God, if that's a thousandths high, maybe. I think what I'll do is just put it on that radius board and just give it, one swipe with both of these in there, and that should just get them down. Perfect. So that's pretty good. A nice tight joint. And I think we got it right, because we wanted both radiused sides of the brace down. There we go. Yeah, so we didn't goof that up. And we'll check, we'll go over to the plans and we'll check the angle, make sure the angle's good. Well, there it is on the plans. That's pretty darn good. I think I might have missed by like half a degree. If I put this on, it's just, I line it up, it's like a half a brace off each section. I don't think that's a big deal. I'm going with it because these tone bars and stuff I can cut the angles on them to match the brace here. And when I checked my angle, I was just off a hair, so I think that's what happened on this instrument here. I'm just going to glue this X brace together. Alright, to finish up this video, I'd like to get the X brace at least glued on the top there. So I've got to mark my bracing patterns. So I've got the template aligned with the center line of the top. Checking out the plans here, and then I just want to make sure I got the template on correctly. The tone bar should be running this way, which they do. So we'll sketch this out here. Okay. This is the X brace here. Alright, I make my reference marks, particularly for the center here, so I can get the X brace right back to where it needs to be once I put the glue on it. And we'll clamp the center first and then work out to the side with the clamps. So, split some glue. Get right on the X here. Press down. Try and get it set up a little bit here. Alright, I'm just going to clean up the glue. I could probably use some of those bigger clamps coming from this end, and then that would have freed me up some room to go in here and on the front of the brace, but I wasn't thinking. So that's it with all the clamps on here. And that's just got the slight 28-foot radius on there. So the top, it's taking the radius because of the X brace already.